Now, in 2013, as President Kibaki was preparing to leave office, Kalonzo Musyoka, will remember, was his vice president. And you will also remember that during the Kibaki tenure, there was a lot of coldness between Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka and Prime Minister then, Raila Odinga. In fact, what it was kind of like a tough war, a war of who is the boss, yeah? Because from Raila's point of view, he was a co-principal, and therefore Kalonzo Musyoka, as Vice President to Mwai Kibaki, could not be his boss. Yeah, Kalonzo Musyoka's view was that he was the vice president, and therefore Raila Odinga, as a prime minister on the other side of the political divide, was his junior. Yeah, and this, if you remember, this tussle was very serious because it involved even sitting arrangements during public functions and so on and so forth. Anyway, so as Mwai Kibaki was leaving, Club 1999 members will know, and those who have followed my recordings closely will know, that the person who Mwai Kibaki chose as his successor was none other than Musalia Mudavadi. But what happened is that in the middle of that, what happened was William Ruto. He came in with his candidate and the ICC thing, and amid very strong opposition, because President Kibaki had already made up his mind, and he had already set in motion everything so that Musalia Mudavadi was going to be the next president of Kenya. Yeah. Anyway, so in that arrangement of Musalia Mudavadi, many people are not aware, but the vice president, the deputy president, the person who was supposed to be deputy president of Musalia Mudavadi, was Kalonzo Musyoka. Now, when the whole thing was rearranged and Uhuru and Ruto came into the picture, there was a rearrangement. And Kalonzo Musyoka tried very hard to fit himself in that arrangement, whereby he would somehow be involved in that alliance that involved Ruto and Uhuru. But in the end, he was pushed out because I don't know what kind of words to use, but the issue was he was left out. Let's just say he was left out of that arrangement. The Jubilee side said they did not need him in the particular arrangement. Okay, they fell out, in short. So what happened is that Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka was left floating, and it's Muthama who intervened and got him inside the CORD movement and the CORD arrangement, and even pushed for him to be the deputy president within CORD. Now, at that time, it's important to mention that the whole idea Kalonzo had in joining CORD is that he wanted to push to be the flag bearer for CORD, yeah, with the same arguments that he had in 2017. Okay, that did not work, but Senator Muthama played a very key role in the negotiation and getting him to be Raila Odinga's running mate. Now, the unfolding of this whole issue and this whole scenario brought out something very clearly. And that is that Muthama was very powerful within CORD. That Muthama was a powerhouse in himself, unto himself. Within CORD, he was very influential. Okay? It was therefore natural that Muthama would now start pushing his weight more within the Wiper Party. Even after those elections, he was pushing his weight more within Wiper Party, more so because Muthama was an elected leader and Kalonzo Musyoka was not. Because although he was still party leader, they had lost the presidential elections, but Muthama was an elected senator in the House, in the Senate, and therefore, he was able to push his weight more. He was able to feel his weight more. Now, according to my inside information, the uncomfortableness with Kalonzo Musyoka started at that point. There's also another very huge issue here. For years, Muthama has been the main financier of Wiper Party. But Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka denies this. He says that no, there have been other financiers as well of the party. But according to my information, it is true. What has happened here, there's accountants will understand this very well. When you have a small problem within the party and every time you say, go and see Muthama, You have this has to be paid. Go and see Muthama. Go and see Muthama. What happens is that these finances accumulate. So it's not one large payment. It's many small payments which can go up to a very huge amount. But if you've not sat down to look at the accounts, you could downplay it. And this appears to be what has been the case, because Muthama is adamant that he has made huge investments in Wiper, and he has even hinted that yes, he can leave Wiper, but he has his property within Wiper. What he means is the financial contributions he's made within the party, and he cannot live without his property. That's what he has said. So that is where a lot of the problems came in. Now the crux of the problem came in with a very chaotic, extremely chaotic nominations for Wiper Party candidate for governor of Machakos. That is where everything just came to a head. Now, what made matters worse was that Muthama has made very huge investments into promoting Kiala, who is the deputy governor of Machakos. But Kiala fell out with Mutua when Mutua realized that Kiala was actually a Muthama man, and he was leaking out secrets, leaking out confidential things happening within the county to Muthama, who was fighting Mutua, Governor Mutua. Yeah. So what the governor did, he just locked up Kiala's office, and he said that the man was not to have any access. So during these 3.5 years, Kiala has been officially the deputy governor of Machakos, but he has had no access. That has been the situation. So in all this time, Muthama has been grooming Kiala very carefully, spending a lot of money, organizing appearances for him in radio stations and so on and so forth, to groom him to take over as governor, to stand in the elections and hopefully defeat Alfred Mutua for the governorship of Machakos. Now, what happened is that at the last minute, Kalonzo was aware of this, but at the last minute, Kalonzo brought in a new candidate, and this new candidate is Wavinya Deti, former MP of Kathiani. In fact, Kalonzo not only brought her in, but actually gave her a direct ticket, a direct nomination. Now, Muthama put a lot of pressure, and he resisted this, and he demanded at least there be a nomination. So after prolonged back and forth and a prolonged tussle, finally Kalonzo Musyoka accepted that there would be a nomination for Machakos governor, Wiper Party. Now, of course, you know what happened with the nominations, the inside details of exactly what happened, and the fiddling in my club 1999. It's easy to be a member. Just check in the description area of this video and you'll get that information. Anyway, after the first nomination, of course, Kiala was defeated. Then Muthama, of course, financed Kiala to go to court, and they went to court, and the court ruled that the whole nomination process was to be repeated. Now, when the nomination process was repeated, the Kalonzo Musyoka side did exactly what they did in the first round. And this is what just made Muthama lose it. He just went livid. And that's the crux. That is the place where Muthama completely just lost it. And it was shortly after that that Muthama came out with a very strange statement which shocked Kenyans, when he said he wanted nothing to do with Wiper. Yeah, even when asked and told and reminded that actually the Wiper leader, his boss, Kalonzo Musyoka, is actually the deputy president candidate and running mate of the NASA flag bearer Raila Odinga. Muthama was very adamant that he wants nothing to do with Kalonzo Musyoka. Now, in the last part of this recording, we'll just put it all together, and then also look at what possibilities there for the future, how this thing is going to end, because by the looks of it, it's not going to end well. Yeah, just catch that last part of the recording, part 3. As usual, just look at the top, your top left-hand corner of the screen. You will see that link. Just hit the link. It will take you directly to part 3, where I put this all together and give you a conclusion as to what is most likely going to happen, as well as a little inside information that is not too sensitive concerning, what is really driving this thing. Okay, see you there in a minute.